Deforestation by Ameer, Alameddin,
Cade, Montoya, Jacob, Foley,
Merlin, Dassanayake, and Cade, Lawhead. What is deforestation?
What is deforestation? Deforestation is the process of cutting a single tree to large groups of trees down. This process is also known as slash and burn. Slash and burn mainly happens in poorer areas because people need money to raise their families. These areas mainly consist of the Brazilian Amazon and Indonesia. When trees are burned down, they release CO2 or carbon dioxide into the air, which will damage the atmosphere and cause global warming. When trees are cut down, they will destroy animal habitats, and many animals will be forced to flee to different habitats, which they will eventually adapt to. Deforestation is a human-caused disaster. Now here's Jacob.
Causes. People cut down trees for building houses, furniture, and for paper. Many people get rid of trees for growing crops and for raising cattle. Some people use the wood for firewood to cook their own food. People also cut down the wood to make urban areas bigger.
Effects. When trees are cut down, soil is exposed to the sun and makes it very dry and infertile. Deforestation can also affect the water cycle because trees store water in their roots, which is then released into the atmosphere.
Purposes. Deforestation also has many purposes. It can be used to create farmland, to grow crops, and to burn and make coal. Some other purposes for deforestation are to make roads and sidewalks and to clear forests for oil and mining exploitation. Also, poor people deforest the land to raise money for their family and for other purposes. Slash and burn. There are many ways to get rid of trees. The most common way is slash and burn. In slash and burn, you cut down single trees and burn the forest.
Deforestation graph. This is a graph that shows how deforestation has affected many different countries and continents. Here on the y-axis, it shows how much land has been deforested. Here on the x-axis, it shows which country or continent it is. Changes in our environment. Deforestation changes our environment in many different ways. For example, the air we breathe will become polluted with chemicals, and many living creatures will become sick. If this kills off a certain species, it will disturb the ecosystem, and humans won't have the surplus things they used to have.
Farmers' perspective. Farmers think deforestation is good for their own benefits. A reason for this is because they want farmland to grow crops. When people cut down trees, the new soil will be good for harvesting. When farmers try to teach their children how to cut down trees so their children can have the same experience when they become adults.
Non-governmental organizations. Here's some non-governmental organizations. Rainforest Alliance, the Common Sense Environmental Fund, or the CSEF, Nicodemus Wilderness Project, Earth First, Friends of the Earth, Greenpeace, the World Wildlife Fund, and the WHSG, the Woods Hole Research Center.
History. Deforestation has been here for ages. It first started in the mid-1800s. European settlers started cutting down trees in the medieval times. They used the wood for cooking and heating. Later, they started running out of the wood they used for cooking and heating because of the very high deforestation rates.
Famous person. Sister Dorothy was a 73-year-old woman that taught people in the Brazilian Amazon to not slash and burn. In 2005, Sister Dorothy was walking to a meeting when she was approached by two men with a weapon. She then took out the Bible and read a passage. She was then shot by the men. Those two men were paid $25,000 each by a logging company to get rid of her because they did not want her to teach people in their community to not slash and burn.
Trees are very useful in life. They give all of us oxygen to breathe.
Trees act as filters for the air and take in the CO2, carbon dioxide, and turn it into oxygen for all of us to breathe. Trees are also very important to Earth's climate and animal habitats.
Action plan. For our group's action plan, we put up a poster saying a phrase to stop deforestation now. And if you want to see it, it's out in the front of the school. This is our bibliography. This is our picture bibliography.